Hello and welcome to day 12 of 14. You don't need any props for today's class, and we're going to start in a child's pose. Please come towards the back of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Separate your knees, but just to about shoulder width apart if that's comfortable. And then if it's comfortable, you're going to rest your arms back by your sides today. And if your forehead doesn't come to the ground, then feel free to grab a block or a towel and place it underneath your forehead. And of course, if you need your knees a little wider, they can come a little wider. Feel the hips rock back towards the heels. Let your shoulders just drop and feel heavy towards the ground, and then soften the eyes. And begin by finding a smooth and steady breath in and out of the nose. Start by evening out your inhales with your exhales. Finding this gentle ujjayi breath, which is a warming breath. It's when you breathe in and out of the nose. And your exhales kind of sound like this soft rumble, as if you were trying to fog up a mirror as you exhale, but with your mouth closed. And now with your next inhale, crawl your arms forward in front of you. And then take a peek up at your hands just for a moment and make sure they're really shoulder width apart. Make sure your wrist creases are parallel to the top of the mat, which for me is somewhere in between my index and middle fingers pointing forward. Might be the same for you, might be a little different. And then relax your head even if it doesn't come to the ground. Crawl your hands forward a little more as you breathe in. Stay to exhale, push your hips back towards your heels. Now press down through your thumb and index finger, that inner part of your hand. Keep that glued to the mat as you spin your inner arms up and wrap your outer upper arms down. And as you do that, you might feel like your thumbs want to lift off the ground. Don't let them. Keep pushing down through thumb and index finger. Now keep your knees, your hands exactly where they are. Inhale, lift your hips high. You're in this super long tabletop. Separate your knees, your feet to hip bone distance apart, and pause. Do those exact same arm and hand actions. Press into your thumb and index finger, the inner part of your hand. Wrap the outer upper arms back and spin your inner arms forward. This is exactly what I'm going to ask you to do in down dog. Tuck your toes under. You can, of course, always stick with tabletop or meet me in down dog. Lift the hips. Separate your feet to about hip bone distance apart. Ask yourself, do you feel the low back rounding in down dog? If so, bend your knees as much as you need to. It'll be different for all of us so that you can send your hips higher. And then can you do those same arm and hand actions? Press down through thumb and index finger. Spin the inner arms forward. Wrap the outer upper arms back and in. Relax the head, the eyes, the jaw. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Exhale, drop to your knees, point your toes, and pause. Rock your pelvis backwards, round your spine as you exhale. And then inhale, curl your tailbone up, pull the chest forward, inhale. Exhale, round your spine, push the floor away from you. Inhale, arch your spine, open the front body. Again, exhale around, curl your tailbone under, push the floor away from you. Arch your spine, curl your tailbone up, and relax the belly. Now one more time, curl your tailbone under, round your spine, and then pause. Keep your low back as it is, your tailbone curled under, but now send the collarbones forward, even look a little forward. This is your low plank position. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower to the belly. Stretch your legs long and back. Keep your hands as light as possible. Inhale, lift your head, chest, shoulders. See if you can just graze or hover your hands over the mat. So you're using upper back strength to lift the chest. Squeeze your elbows back. Feel the fronts of your shoulders lift away from the floor. And keep the gaze slightly down so the back of your neck is long. Take one more deep breath in. Place your hands down as you exhale, like you're doing a push-up. Push straight up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, feet to your hands. Take a little stroll to the top of the mat. We'll meet in a forward fold, feet about hip bone distance apart. Bend your knees. Let your head drop. And now keep a bend in your knees. Roll up for 3, for 2, and 1. Once your chin lifts, inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Samastihiti, which means equal standing pose. All right, so today we're working on different variations of Sun Salutations. And Surya Namaskar is the translation for Sun Salutations. We are essentially moving through poses, mostly back bends, forward folds, and a few standing poses to open the hips. So Sun Salutations are super energizing and warming. They get you to move with the breath, to move with the body. They're a great practice to do in the morning to start your day. You can also do them as kind of like a midday, maybe a 4 p.m. pick-me-up when you're feeling a little slow and you want that extra cup of coffee. Instead, try a Sun Salutation. So there's lots of different variations. Today we're doing a few, and I'm going to give different modifications so you can really choose for yourself what's best and then make the practice your own. Find your mountain pose at the top of your mat, feet about hip bone distance apart and parallel, palms forward, draw the shoulders back, look straight forward, keep the gaze soft, keep the breath steady. We'll start with Sun Seas. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold, maybe a little bend in the knees so you can hinge at the hips. Hands to shins or ankles, chest forward, shoulders slide back. Hands on the ground, step your left leg back. Drop the back knee and point the back toes. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Stay to exhale, draw your front ribs in, lengthen the tailbone down. Reach a little higher as you breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to down dog, or you could take tabletop instead of down dog. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Drop to the knees, point the toes. Remember, tailbone heavy, chest forward, breathe in. Exhale to the belly. Lift your head, chest, shoulders. Make your hands as light as possible, low cobra. Use your upper back strength to lift up. Exhale, hands down, push back, child's pose. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Downward facing dog as you inhale. Raise your left leg to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands, get toes in line with fingers. Drop your back knee, untuck the toes. Reach your arms up, low lunge. Stay to exhale. Direct the front ribs down and in, breathe more into the back body. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower your hands, tuck the back toes, step to the top of your mat, hands to ankles or shins, chest forward at the top. Exhale, fold. Come all the way to stand, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold back down, hinge at the hips. Inhale, chest forward. Hands down, now the right leg steps back. Drop the back knee, point the toes. Reach your arms up, low lunge, Anjaneyasana, breathe in. Hands down, downward facing dog or tabletop. Inhale, plank pose. Drop to the knees, exhale, point the toes. Curl your tailbone under to lift the belly, engage the core. Heart forward, breathe in. Lower to the belly, breathe out. Low cobra, inhale. Lift the head, the chest, the shoulders. Exhale, hands down, push back, child's pose. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Drop the back knee, point the back toes. Arms up, low lunge, breathe in. Stay to exhale, lengthen the tailbone down. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, tuck the back toes under. Step to the top of your mat. Chest forward, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your sides, back to mountain pose, Tadasana. All right, so that was a full round of Surya Namaskar. See a certain variation of it. There's lots of different variations. You can always add your own back bend of choice or level it up by adding a high lunge instead of a low lunge. Now inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands, step your left leg back, and then the right plank pose. Drop to your knees, lower the forearms to the mat. So little pause here. Bring your elbows right underneath the shoulders. Push the floor away from you. And now from here, step your right leg back, and then the left, plank on the forearms. We're here about 30 seconds. Hips or shoulder height. If you need to drop to your knees at any point, go for it. Root down through your forearms to push the floor away from you, but also pull your chest forward. Tuck your tailbone under so there's no back bend in the lower body. Do that as you reach the heart forward. Stay broad and spacious across the collarbones. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Point your toes. Reach your arms back by your sides with your palms facing down. Push down through your feet. Inhale, lift head, chest, shoulders, locust pose. Press down through every toenail here, even the pinky toenails. If it feels like your toes are turning out, make sure they're straight back, and then lift your kneecaps, engage the quadriceps. Take another breath in, keep your chest up. And now bring your hands down by your low ribs with the elbows over the wrists. So this is a low cobra. This might feel like plenty. You could stay here or push into your hands. Come to up dog. Make sure shoulders are over the wrist. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take an inhale here and an exhale. Push the hips up and back. Press down through your entire hand. Every knuckle, every fingertip. One more inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, feet to your hands. Take a little stroll to the top of your mat. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, fold in. Lead with the chest. Come all the way to stand. Breathe in. And exhale, arms by your sides, back to mountain pose. We're going to do that same sequence again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, maybe a little bend in the knees. Hands to ankles or shins, chest forward. Plant your hands, step the right leg back, and then the left plank. Drop to your knees. Lower the forearms. Elbows under the shoulders. So we're doing this plank on the forearms to prepare us to practice chaturanga, which is a low push-up position. Push the ground away from you. Step your left leg back. And then the right, plank on the forearms. Remember, you can do this with knees down. Either way, have your hips shoulder height and push down with your forearms. Really push the floor away from you. Focus on your lower body. If you're in a back bend, if your bum is sticking up, curl your tailbone under. Bring your pubic bone up towards the navel. And then rather than rounding the upper back, reach your chest forward. Push the heels back if the knees are up. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down. Point your toes. Reach your arms back by your sides. Palms facing down. Remember, big toes extended straight back. Push down through the feet. Inhale, lift head, chest, shoulders, locust. Keep the gaze down, back of the neck long. Roll the shoulders away from the floor. The reason why we're keeping our feet down is to engage the front of the legs, the quadriceps. So press into your toenails, even your pinky toenails, but try to lift the kneecaps. Take another breath. Now keep your chest up, bring your hands down, elbows over wrists. It makes a 90-degree angle with your arms. You could stay here or come to up dog. Shoulders back, thighs lift in up dog. Down dog as we exhale, hips up and back. Take a few breaths in down dog. Relax the head. Bend your knees as much as it helps. Get longer from fingers to shoulders to hips. One more inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, feet to your hands. Make your way to the top of the mat. Chest forward, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Come all the way to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms by your sides. All right, so now we're going to take Surya Namaskar A or Sun A, and I'll give different variations, different options. Take the one that's actually really best for you today, not just what you think you should do. Find mountain pose, and then let's move with the breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chest forward, shoulders back. Plant your hands, step your left leg back first, and then the right plank with knees up or down. Now your choice, either lower to the belly or lower halfway, chaturanga. Up dog or low cobra on the belly. Take the back bend of your choice. Down dog as you exhale, hips up and back. Take a breath in and a breath out. Come back to that smooth and steady breath. Even if the movements feel confusing, they feel challenging, once they're done, they're in the past, come back into your body, come back into this moment, back to that supportive breath. One more inhale, lift the heels, feet to your hands, step or take a little hop forward. Lengthen your spine at the top, hands to ankles or shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms by the sides. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to shins, chest forward. Plant your hands, step the right leg back, then the left. Plank, you can keep knees up or down. Breathe in. Your choice, lower to the belly or halfway, chaturanga. Take your back bend, breathe in, cobra or up dog. Down dog is where we meet. Hips up and back. Take an inhale here and stay for the exhale. Press down through your thumb and index finger. Try to wrap your outer upper arms back and spin the inner arms, inner shoulders forward. One more inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, feet to your hands, step or take a hop forward. Lengthen your spine at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms by your sides. Bring big toes to touch, little space between the heels. If it feels better to keep your feet hip bone distance apart, then go for it. Bend your knees, raise your arms. Inhale, chair pose. Go down and back with the hips. Go up with your heart. Sit a little bit lower, one more inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Hands to ankles or shins, chest forward. Plant your hands, step to plank. If you practice hopping to bend elbows, you can practice it here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, step to a plank. And then from plank, lower halfway or to the belly. Take your back bend, up dog or cobra. We'll meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing, step your right foot forward and cheat it a little bit to the right. Stay high on the ball of your back foot. Come up to a high crescent lunge, reach the arms up. Take a little bend in your back knee. Drop your tailbone, lean your chest back so your chest is over your hips. Reach your arms up, but descend the front ribs down and in. Take one more inhale, reach up. And then exhale, hands to the mat, step straight back to down dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Lift your heels as you breathe in. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands, toes in line with fingers, and inch your foot a little to the left. Come up to a high crescent lunge. Bend your back knee, drop your tailbone, lift the pubic bone up towards the navel. Can you lean the chest back a little bit? Reach the arms high. Last breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat, step straight to down dog. Breathe in. Maybe an open mouth exhale. One more inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands, step or hop. Lengthen your spine at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up. Exhale, arms by your sides. Take a breather, come back to your breath. So we're gonna do one last thing before we cool down. We're gonna play with Sun B, Surya Namaskar B. I'll give different options again. Find your mountain pose. Tell yourself you've got this. I know lots of energy. Inhale, bend your knees, raise your arms. Let's move with the breath. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands. Now you can step to plank. If you're hopping, don't hop to a plank. Hop to bent elbows, chaturanga. From plank, lower halfway or to the belly. Take your back bend of choice. We'll meet in down dog. From down dog, step your right foot forward, inch it a little to the right, spin your back heel down, make about a 45-degree angle with your back foot. Lift the torso, reach the arms up, warrior one. Bend your front knee, straighten your back leg, push the left thigh back, try to tuck the tailbone under. One more inhale, reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to a plank. Now you could come straight to down dog here, or you could take a vinyasa, lowering halfway or to the belly, taking a back bend, cobra or up dog, meeting in down dog. So take the variation, the option that your body actually needs. From down dog, step your left foot forward and kind of cheat it to the left. Spin your back heel down, back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Come up to warrior one. Bend your front leg, push the right thigh back, lengthen the tailbone down. Reach up, one more inhale, maybe look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to a plank. Ask yourself, do you want to come through a vinyasa once more or come straight to down dog? Your body will tell you. It's your job to listen. Take a breath in here. And then drop to your knees, child's pose. All right, give your shoulders a break. Come back to the breath. You may have noticed that the breath got a little short, a little shallow. See if you can slow it down. As you inhale, start to roll up. And then meet me in a seated position. Any seat that you like. Cross-legged on your shins. You could sit on a prop here. Take a moment. You might close your eyes or soften the gaze. Feel what's present in the body after moving through several rounds of sun salutations. Moving the body, moving with the breath. Maybe you feel a little bit warmer, maybe a little more energized and more open. You might also feel a bit more grounded, which is one thing that I love about a yoga practice is that you can really warm up the body and feel energized, but it's not in a chaotic way or a stimulated way. It's this feeling of I'm energized, but I'm also grounded. I can move through things a little more mindfully with a little more self-awareness. And then flutter your eyes open. So we're going to end with a few sun breaths. So if you're short on time, if you don't want to get sweaty and do any sun salutations, sun breaths are such a wonderful breathing practice that you can do first thing in the morning in bed, just to help you warm up and wake up. You can do it at your desk if you're feeling like you're falling asleep, or just anytime you need a pick-me-up. So from here, arms by the sides, there's a little movement just with the arms. Super simple. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And then exhale, arms down by your sides.
Try to link the movement of the arms with the breath. As you inhale, the arms go up. You breathe in the whole time the arms up. Don't start to exhale until the arms lower. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms by the sides. There's different arm variations. You could stick with this, or as you exhale, you could lower your hands down the center of your torso, fingertips touching. So it's an inhale, arms up, and then an exhale, bend the elbows. The hands go through the center of your body. Let's take a few more sun breaths. Any arm variation that you like. You could even lower the hands by bringing the palms together in front of the heart, lowering down the spine. So do a few more on your own. Start to move with your breath. Notice if you're rushing. Try to slow it down. Then next time that you exhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Keep the eyes closed or the gaze soft. Draw the fronts of the shoulders back, and then keeping that lift, that openness in the chest, lower your chin. And surrender towards the heart center, towards this quiet that can be found within. Take one more deep breath in, and an open mouth clearing breath. Thank you for practicing. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Om Shanti. Peace.